All right, so get this. Uh, have you ever heard of casinos that run entirely on Telegram?
On Telegram.
Yeah, that's what we're diving into today.
Wow.
TG.Casino.
Okay.
It's not like your typical gambling website.
Right.
Slots, poker, sports betting,
Uh-huh.
all happening right inside your Telegram app.
Interesting.
Wild, right?
Yeah, what's really catching my attention is how TG.Casino is attracting attention beyond just the usual crowd, you know?
Yeah.
They even landed a partnership with AC Milan.
Oh, wow.
That's a major European football club.
Huge.
Not some small-time deal.
Right.
Shows they're serious, aiming for the big leagues.
Okay, hold up. Backing up a sec.
Yeah.
Before we go full high roller,
Yeah.
what exactly ice this TG.Casino thing?
So think of it as a platform where you can play casino games and bet on sports,
Okay.
all through a Telegram bot. So you're basically chatting with this bot, sending simple text messages to place your bets or spin the slots.
Gotcha.
It's surprisingly user-friendly.
And here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Since it's running on Telegram,
Right.
they're saying it can bypass the usual restrictions,
Interesting.
letting people in countries where online gambling is normally blocked
Oh, I see.
actually get in on the action.
So it's like, regardless of where you live, you can access it.
Yeah, it raises a big question.
What's that?
Could this be the future of online gambling? Sidestepping regulations and opening up access like never before.
That's a big question.
Definitely something to keep in mind as we explore this further.
For sure.
Now let's talk games.
Okay.
I'm seeing a massive list here.
Like what?
Slots, poker, roulette, even live dealer games
Wow.
where you can play against a real person.
Interesting.
And then there's this provably fair label on some of the crypto games.
Oh, yeah.
What's the deal with that?
So TG.Casino boasts over 2,000 games.
Wow.
Provably fair applies to their crypto-based games.
Okay.
Imagine a digital deck of cards that you can shuffle yourself. That's kind of how these games work.
Uh-huh.
They use algorithms so you can actually verify that the results are random,
Right.
not manipulated by the casino.
So you know it's legit,
Exactly. Adds a level of trust that's really appealing.
especially with crypto being involved.
For sure.
Transparency is always a good thing.
Absolutely.
And for the sports fans out there,
Yeah.
what kind of action can they expect on TG.Casino's sportsbook?
They've got you covered over 30 different sports markets,
Wow.
from the big U.S. leagues like the NFL and NBA
Uh-huh.
to European football and even esports.
Nice.
And the word on the street is their odds are actually pretty competitive,
Really?
sometimes even better than some of the mainstream sports books.
Now, let's talk about the good stuff bonuses.
Okay.
Who doesn't love some extra perks?
Everyone loves bonuses.
Right.
Yeah. TG.Casino rolls out the red carpet
Right.
with a 200% match bonus on your first deposit,
Okay.
up to a whopping 10 ETH. Yeah, that's a serious chunk of crypto.
Now, that's a welcome gift.
For sure.
But I'm guessing there's a catch.
Is that
There's
right?
always a catch, right?
Of course, there are wagering requirements.
Okay.
You need to wager 6 times your deposit amount to unlock 10% of your bonus. It's a unique system.
Yeah.
That might not be for everyone,
Right.
but it definitely encourages you to play and explore the platform.
And what about other bonuses?
Sure.
Anything to keep players hooked?
They've got a weekly 25% cashback when you use their own cryptocurrency,
Good.
TGC.
Clearly, they want to push their token.
Yeah, and there's a sweet referral program, too.
Oh, tell me more.
Bring your friends in and get a 10% commission on their bets.
Interesting.
It's like building your own little Telegram gambling crew.
Clever. That's pretty clever.
Yeah.
No loyalty program yet, though.
Not that we found, but hey, they're still new.
True.
Who knows what they'll roll out in the future.
Okay, let's get back to this TGC token. Why all the buzz, and what makes it so special?
So the TGC token is at the heart of the whole TG.Casino ecosystem.
Okay.
It's not just for gambling.
Right.
You get that 25% cash back we mentioned,
Uh-huh.
and they've got a buyback program
Okay.
that lets token holders share in the platform's profits.
Wait, so just by owning TGC,
Yeah.
I could be earning a piece of the casino's profits?
That's the idea.
Interesting.
It's part of this whole GambleFi movement that's gaining traction.
the GambleFi.
Yeah, think of it like this.
Okay.
GambleFi takes the excitement of gambling
Uh-huh.
and merges it with the transparent, decentralized world of cryptocurrency. You're not just playing.
Right.
You're potentially profiting from the platform itself.
Wow.
It's still early days,
Yeah.
but it's definitely causing a stir in both the gambling and crypto worlds.
Speaking of stir, I've seen comparisons between TDC
Okay.
and the token of another crypto casino, Rollbit.
Right.
Stumble Bees,
Right.
which saw gains of like 5,000%.
Huge.
Some are predicting TGC could follow suit.
Yeah. Investor Michael Rubel
Okay.
is one of those predicting big things for TGC.
What's he saying?
He sees it going from its current price of $0.10 to potentially $5 or even $10 in the next bull run.
Really?
What's particularly interesting is his reasoning.
Okay.
He's not just looking at the hype.
Right.
He's impressed with how TG.Casino is structured.
Hmm.
They've got a solid team, they're delivering on their roadmap, and they've got a clear vision for the future.
So he's really backing them.
Yeah, that's a big part of why he's so confident in the project.
Okay.
Of course, as with any investment, there are risks.
Right.
The crypto market is notoriously volatile.
Yeah.
So it's important to remember that past performance doesn't guarantee future returns.
So bottom line,
Yeah.
is this TGC token legit, or should we be on the lookout for any red flags?
TG.Casino was transparent enough to have their smart contract audited
Right.
by CoinSult, a reputable firm in the crypto space.
Right.
And the audit came back clean. No major security concerns.
Well, that's good.
That said, it's always smart to do your own homework before jumping into any cryptocurrency.
Good advice.
Don't just rely on what you hear. Dig into the details yourself.
Okay, so we've got the games, the bonuses, the potential of TGC.
Yeah.
But how secure is this whole Telegram gambling thing? Telegram's not exactly known for being Fort Knox.
Right. That's a valid concern.
Right.
However, TG.Casino assures users that they're utilizing Telegram's built-in security features and have implemented their own end-to-end encryption for all transactions and gameplay.
So they're going above and beyond.
Yeah, plus they've committed to regular audits, adding another layer of reassurance.
So they're building upon Telegram's foundation,
Right.
but adding extra security measures on top.
Exactly. It's a clever strategy that leverages Telegram's massive user base
while
addressing some of the platform's inherent security concerns.
Now let's talk user experience.
Okay.
How easy is it to actually navigate TG.Casino? Especially for someone new to Telegram or crypto in general.
This is where TG.Casino shines.
All right.
The bot is super intuitive, even for beginners.
Why?
It's all about simple text commands. You navigate menus, choose games, place bets, manage your funds.
Right.
All through basic text.
So simple.
Yeah, it's like texting a friend who happens to be a casino dealer.
And if you're not already swimming in crypto, can you buy it directly through the platform?
Yep, they've got a fiat to crypto gateway built right in.
Really?
So you can use your credit card, bank transfer, or e-wallets to buy crypto without leaving the platform.
Wow, that's convenient.
Yeah, super convenient, especially for those dipping their toes into the crypto waters for the first time.
Sounds like a one-stop shop for crypto gambling.
It is.
Before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Sure.
are there any other Telegram casinos out there?
Whoa.
Or is TG.Casino the only game in town?
TG.Casino isn't alone. There are a couple of other notable players making waves in the Telegram casino scene.
Oh, really? Like what?
Lucky Block and Mega Dice are two that come to mind.
Okay.
Both offering similar experiences with a few unique twists.
Oh, this is getting interesting.
Yeah.
So we've got a full-blown Telegram casino showdown brewing.
Exactly. Let's take a closer look at these competitors and see how they stack up against TG.Casino.
Sounds like a plan. Let's start with Lucky Block.
All right.
What's their unique selling point?
Lucky Block offers a similar 200% welcome bonus and prides itself on a no registration process.
No registration.
Yeah, connect your Telegram account and boom, you're in the game. No lengthy sign-up forms or identity verification.
Even less hassle than TG.Casino.
Right. It's pretty appealing for those who value speed and simplicity.
What about their game selection?
Sure.
Do they measure up?
They've got a vast library of games,
Okay.
including slots, table games, and live dealer options.
Got it.
They also heavily promote their sportsbook.
Covering a wide range of markets with competitive odds.
Okay, so they're definitely a contender.
Yes.
Now, on to Mega Dice.
Right.
What sets them apart?
Mega Dice is going for the high rollers.
Okay.
With a massive 200% bonus up to 1 BTC.
Wow.
But their real standout feature is that they accept fiat payments alongside crypto.
Oh, that's interesting.
So if you're not ready to go all in on crypto, you can still play using good old-fashioned dollars or euros.
That opens them up to a much wider audience.
For sure.
Makes it easier for people to test the waters without diving headfirst into the crypto world.
Exactly.
Do they have a decent game selection to back up that flexibility?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You'll find a familiar selection of slots, table games, and a well-regarded sportsbook.
Gotcha.
They seem to be covering all the bases, catering to both crypto enthusiasts and those who prefer traditional payment methods.
Wow. So we've got a three-way battle royale in the Telegram casino arena.
It's heating up.
TG.Casino, Lucky Block, and Mega Dice.
That's right.
It's like a digital Wild West out there.
And that's what makes this whole exploration so fascinating.
I know, right?
We're witnessing a new era of online gambling unfolding right before our eyes.
It is fascinating.
And it's all happening on a platform that most of us associate with messaging friends and family.
Yeah, crazy.
It is.
This is definitely getting my gears turning.
Yeah.
We've uncovered a lot about TG.Casino and its competitors.
We have.
But it feels like we've only scratched the surface.
Right.
There's so much more to explore.
You're right. We haven't even delved into the potential risks and challenges of this Telegram-based approach.
Right, like, is it truly secure?
Exactly.
What are the implications for online gambling regulation?
Those are all good questions.
There are still a lot of questions to unpack.
For sure.
And what about the long-term impact?
Yeah.
Could this model be the key to breaking down geographical barriers in online gambling? Or is it just a passing fad?
Those are all questions we'll tackle in the next part of our deep dive.
Stay tuned, folks. We've got a lot more ground to cover.
Welcome back. I don't know about you, but my head is still spinning from all the info we uncovered in part 1.
Yeah, it's a lot to process.
Telegram casinos.
It is. We've gone from what is TG.Casino to uncovering this whole GambleFi movement.
Right.
And even potential investment opportunities with their TGC token.
That's like stepping into a whole new world.
It is.
But before we get lost in the digital jungle, let's remind ourselves why this deep dive matters.
Okay.
What are the key takeaways so far?
First off, the mere existence of TG.Casino is significant.
Okay.
It shows how technology is changing the game, literally, making online gambling more accessible and potentially more appealing to a new generation of players. Yeah. Especially those already comfortable with crypto and apps like Telegram.
Accessibility is key, for sure.
Absolutely.
It's like that old saying, build it and they will come.
Right.
But in this case, it's more like make it easy to access and they will gamble.
Exactly. And the second major takeaway is the emergence of the TGC token.
Right.
This isn't just about gambling anymore. It's about potentially investing in and profiting from the platform's growth.
It's a game changer.
It is.
It's like buying stock in a casino, but with the added twist of using it to play the games too.
And it all ties into the rise of GambleFi, which we're seeing more and more of. GambleFi is like taking a traditional casino, throwing in the transparency and control of cryptocurrency, and then adding the potential to earn from the platform's success. Yeah. It's a fascinating concept that could potentially disrupt the entire gambling industry.
Disruption is exciting, but also a little scary.
I agree.
All this talk of accessibility, investment potential, disruption, is it all starting to sound a little too good to be true?
Well,
are there any risks or downsides to this Telegram casino model we need to address?
Of course, there's always another side to the coin.
Right.
While there's huge potential, it's crucial to be aware of the potential downsides as well.
All right. Hit me with a reality check.
Okay.
What are some of the pitfalls we need to be aware of?
One concern is security.
Okay.
While TG.Casino says they've got strong security measures, Telegram itself has been criticized in the past for its vulnerability to hacking and data breaches.
So even with their added layers of encryption, there's still a risk involved.
There's always a risk when it comes to online platforms, especially those handling financial transactions and personal data.
Of course.
It's just the nature of the beast.
That's a good point. What about the whole regulation thing?
Yeah.
We touched on it before.
We did.
But it seems like these Telegram casinos are operating in a bit of a gray area. By bypassing geographical restrictions.
That's another challenge.
Right.
Like the lack of clear regulations could lead to problems down the line.
Yeah.
Especially if governments decide to crack down on these types of platforms.
So players might be enjoying the freedom and accessibility now.
Right.
But it could all come crashing down if the legal landscape shifts.
It's a possibility.
It's like being on a winning streak and then suddenly the rules of the game change.
Exactly. It's something potential users need to be aware of.
Right.
There's always a level of uncertainty when you're operating in uncharted territory.
Okay, security and regulation are two big question marks. What else should we be considering?
Another potential issue is the lack of traditional player protection mechanisms.
Like what?
Think about responsible gambling features like deposit limits
Okay.
and self-exclusion options that you find in most reputable online casinos.
Right.
These might not be as readily available in this decentralized Telegram-based environment.
So it's more of a play at your own risk kind of situation.
Yeah, you're responsible for setting your own boundaries.
It's easy to get swept up in the excitement of a new platform.
I know.
But responsible gambling should always be the top priority.
Absolutely.
Don't get lost in the game.
Couldn't agree more. And speaking of excitement,
Yeah.
let's not forget the hype surrounding the TGC token. While the potential for huge returns is definitely there, it's crucial to approach this with a level head.
So don't bet the farm on TGC just because some investors are saying it's going to the moon.
Exactly. Remember, every investment carries risks.
Yeah.
And the crypto market is notoriously volatile.
True.
It can swing wildly in both directions.
Okay, we've covered the potential risks and challenges.
We have.
Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Where does all this fit into the future of online gambling? Is this just a blip on the radar or a sign of things to come?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Telegram casinos are still relatively new.
Right.
But their emergence could signal a major shift in how we access and experience online gambling.
You mentioned disruption earlier.
I did.
Could you expand on that a bit?
Sure.
What kind of disruption are we talking about?
Imagine a world where online gambling is no longer restricted by geographical borders.
Okay.
Players could access their favorite games and sportsbooks no matter where they are. It would be a truly global, borderless casino experience.
That sounds like a gambler's paradise.
It does.
But is it realistic? Could we actually see a future where geography doesn't matter when it comes to online gambling?
Platforms like TG.Casino are definitely pushing the boundaries and forcing the industry to adapt. Whether this Telegram-based model becomes the norm or fade away remains to be seen.
Right.
It's a fascinating experiment that could have a huge impact on the future of online gambling.
It's like watching a high-stakes poker game unfold.
I like that analogy.
We're not sure who's going to win, but it's definitely exciting to watch.
It is.
And it's definitely making the traditional online casinos rethink their strategies.
Oh, yeah.
They can't afford to ignore this trend.
Absolutely. They're watching closely.
Right.
And they might need to up their game to stay competitive.
Okay, so we've explored the pros, the cons, and the potential future implications of Telegram casinos.
For sure.
It's been a wild ride so far.
It has.
And we're not done yet. Remember, we still need to compare TG.Casino to its competitors,
Right.
Lucky Block and Mega Dice, in more detail.
Okay.
We need to see how they measure up in terms of game selection, bonuses, security, user experience, and overall appeal.
Sounds like we've got a lot more ground to cover.
And I, for one, am ready to roll the dice and see where this deep dive takes us next.
Welcome back, deep divers. We've journeyed into the depths of Telegram casinos, explored the potential of GambleFi, and even contemplated investing in the intriguing TGC token.
It's been quite the adventure.
It has.
But before we cash out our winnings,
Right.
there's one more level to this deep dive.
You're right. We left off talking about TG.Casino's rivals, Lucky Block and Mega Dice.
Yes.
It's time for a head-to-head comparison to see how they stack up.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's start with what everyone cares about, the games.
Of course.
All three platforms seem to be going all in with a massive selection of casino classics.
Right.
The slots, blackjack, roulette, poker.
Yeah.
They've got it all. I noticed they all seem to partner with the big names in casino software. Does that mean the quality of the games is pretty much the same across the board?
You're sharp to pick up on that.
Thanks.
Yes. They all work with top-tier software providers,
Okay.
like Evolution Gaming, Pragmatic Play, Novamatic, and others.
So we're talking high-quality stuff.
This ensures a high-quality gaming experience no matter which platform you choose.
But are there any noticeable differences in their game offerings?
While they have a lot of overlap, there are some subtle variations.
Like what?
TG.Casino seems to have a slight edge when it comes to poker.
Hmm.
They offer a broader range of poker games,
Okay.
which might be a big plus for poker enthusiasts.
So if poker's your game, TG.Casino might be the place to be.
Yeah, could be.
What about sports betting?
Sure.
Any clear winner in the sportsbook arena?
All three boast impressive sportsbooks,
Okay.
covering everything from major U.S. leagues and European football to niche sports and even esports.
So they're all pretty comprehensive.
They seem determined to capture a broad audience of sports fans.
But earlier we heard that TG.Casino's odds might be a bit sharper.
Yes.
Sometimes even better than traditional sportsbooks.
You've got a good memory.
I try.
Yes, in certain markets, their odds can be more favorable.
Right.
Which could be a significant draw for those who take their sports betting seriously.
Makes sense. Okay. Enough about the games.
All right.
Let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, bonuses.
Haha, bonuses. The lifeblood of the online gambling world.
Right.
And in this department, all three platforms are pulling out all the stocks.
We've already discussed TG.Casino's impressive 200% match bonus up to 10 ETH.
Yeah.
And their unique wagering requirement system.
Right. Lucky Block matches that offer with their own 200% bonus, while Mega Dice aims for the high rollers with a tempting 200% bonus up to 1 BTC.
It's a bonus bonanza.
It is.
But as always, it's crucial to read the fine print.
Absolutely. Those wagering requirements can be tricky. Right. Understand them fully before you commit any funds. It's like signing a contract.
Yeah.
You want to know what you're getting into.
Speaking of keeping players engaged, what about ongoing promotions and loyalty programs?
Sure.
Anything to keep the excitement going beyond the initial welcome bonus.
TG.Casino has that weekly 25% cashback for TGC token holders,
right?
Which, as we discussed, incentivizes using their cryptocurrency.
Of course.
And their referral program is another way to earn some extra perks.
Oh, and don't forget about their airdrop events.
Oh, yeah, those are nice.
They've been giving away a share of $1 million or more in ETH just for playing.
Wow.
Talk about a sweet deal.
Lucky Block, on the other hand, seems to focus on providing a seamless and hassle-free experience with their no registration approach. Mega Dice emphasizes convenience with their acceptance of fiat payments alongside crypto.
It's fascinating how they're each targeting different segments of the market.
I know, right?
It's like they've each studied the playbook and are coming up with their own unique strategies.
Exactly. It's a diverse landscape.
Yeah.
And there's a platform out there for every type of player.
Now, let's shift gears to a crucial aspect of online gambling.
Okay.
Especially in the world of crypto.
Uh-huh.
Security.
Absolutely. And to their credit, all three platforms seem to take security seriously.
Okay.
They've got the standard Telegram security features.
Right.
Plus, they've added their own end-to-end encryption and undergo regular audits to ensure everything is up to snuff.
But as we discussed earlier, Telegram itself has had its share of security issues in the past.
True.
So no matter how many extra layers of protection they add, there's always a level of risk involved.
That's a crucial point to remember.
Right.
No online platform is 100% impenetrable.
Yeah.
It's like a fortress.
Oh.
You can build it up, but there's always a chance someone might find a way in.
So vigilance is key.
It is.
Protect your passwords, do your research,
right,
and never assume that any platform is completely risk-free.
Sound advice.
Now let's talk about the overall experience of using these platforms. How does it actually feel to navigate and play?
From what we've gathered, all three offer a pretty smooth and intuitive experience.
Okay.
The Telegram bot interface is simple and straightforward.
Good.
Even if you're new to crypto or Telegram itself.
That's what we like to hear.
It's all about text commands.
Right.
You navigate through menus, select games, place bets, and manage your funds, all through simple text messages.
Easy peasy.
It's surprisingly user-friendly.
It's like texting your own personal casino concierge.
Exactly. And they're all designed to be mobile-friendly.
Right.
So you can play on the go anytime, anywhere.
It's like gambling on the go taken to a whole new level.
That's one way to put it.
We've covered a lot of ground comparing TG.Casino, Lucky Block, and Mega Dice.
We have.
But the big question lingers. Is this Telegram-based approach truly the future of online gambling? Or is it just a passing fad?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's still too early to say for sure. But these platforms are definitely shaking things up. They're challenging the status quo, forcing the industry to adapt and evolve.
They're like the rebels of the online gambling world, pushing boundaries and disrupting the traditional way of doing things.
I like that. The convenience, the accessibility, the potential for anonymity.
Yeah.
These are all attractive features that could reshape the online gambling landscape.
For sure.
But those regulatory hurdles and security concerns are still looming.
Right.
And the lack of robust player protection mechanisms is another challenge that needs to be addressed.
It's a high-stakes poker game, and we're watching the cards unfold one by one.
Good analogy.
We still don't know who's going to win.
Only time will tell whether Telegram casinos become the dominant force in online gambling.
Yeah.
Or fade away as quickly as they emerged.
True.
But one thing is certain. They've brought excitement and innovation to the industry.
Right.
And they've got everyone watching closely.
Well said. I think we've covered just about everything in this deep dive into the world of Telegram casinos.
We did a good job.
It's been an eye-opening experience, to say the least.
It has.
Any final thoughts for our listeners before we wrap up?
It's been a wild ride. Remember, folks, knowledge is power.
Yes.
Do your own research, understand the risks, and gamble responsibly.
And most importantly, have fun. That's what gambling is all about, after all.
Until next time, deep divers, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those thought-provoking questions.
Right.
The world is full of fascinating discoveries waiting to be unearthed.